Hey everyone, welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room for Tuesday, October the 29th. Moderator of your trading room. Quick sound check, please. All right. Well, we all waited for, but certainly I was very interested to see what was going to happen with Beyond Meat. So they released earnings after hours yesterday. Remember, we were remarking how it had a nice little $10 move before the last couple of hours of the market move. Earnings release, there's that move area down, and then the double whammy of insiders now able to trade. Lockup period is over, so huge downward pressure now. UYND. What a from 241, my goodness. So that's Beyond. A lot of earnings plays, ton of earnings plays. Just let me column, you'll see. These are just the ones that are showing up in the pre 0.25s and minus 0.25s. All earnings plays today, and there will be more, but these are the ones that are showing up in the pre-market. So let's take a look at some of the other stuff that's happening. So NAVB, small one, 10 million in the float. Positive data for their drug. Actually popped all the way up to 1. It's pulled back quite a bit actually, but sitting at 116. Lots of news from here. There's a low floater. TTM. It's got a nice. There's earnings and continuation. TTM. I usually float, but man, the day it had earnings, it just kept running and running and running and running. So it takes out 12 and continues because it still has room. And a couple of days ago and somewhat yesterday, XNet now really starting. SANM. Now why I picked some of these is just because of the potential gap earnings play, gapping down. Now the market was going to be a little bit strong, but I see now it's weak open. And we'll see once we still have 3 minutes before the market opens. CNX, not small float though, 184 on the float. CNX Resources play. Now, I mean, the reason I'm looking at this one is that it has room till 9 up to that area there. So just have to. Does an earnings play? This a lot in the float, but look at the gap. Pfizer, 5.5 billion. But look at the gap. Look at that weekly chart. All the way up to 38. So have to wait and see what happens with Pfizer once it. Lots of volume so far. Kellogg's, this was a beaten up stock before. It's starting to come back. All sorts of bottoming tails and topping tails. Kellogg's is an little cannabis player out of Canada. Trades on the U.S. exchange. Earnings play, a lifetime low. This is a great short. I mean, it's just, I don't think, what? Yeah, Grub, it's an error. Grub was, it's this morning, you're right. Grub is a big gap down for Grub. Oh, I didn't. That should be in this list. Okay. AMKR had earnings after hours yesterday. AMKR gap up for AMKR on earning. Big, not huge gap, 17%. And this really has no resistance, guys. I mean, AMKR, clear sailing. And I'm going, so it's not a lifetime high, but I mean, I don't care what happened before. So AMKR, SMPL. Not very much volume. Yeah, it's pretty. When I first saw it, it was up here. So maybe forget about this one for now. Earnings play, and so it could go either way. I mean, this sort of. I mean, if it could easily just be got all this room underneath, but if it recovers up to this area, it's got the. Just have to wait and see how the market opens. FMS is another earnings play. Another one, you know, I just look at the potential fill. It's over that 35 level right there. I mean, look at the void on top. I mean, all these, you just have to wait for the market. I'm not saying, you know, take these now. You just have to wait for the market to open and see, and then start to fill in the void. Shoe, but I think it's the same kind of thing. I mean, it's almost a lifetime high. Not very much. Shoe, but it's almost a lifetime. It's an earnings play. And TXRH, Texas Roadhouse, is another earnings play, another gap up. You know, again, start to fill in the void up here. CEI, following, yeah, it looks like it is. 5001, yeah, so that's for today. And they want to announces the effectiveness of the 1 for 50. It's poorly worded. When you read this, you think, oh, the effectiveness as in a positive thing. They're just literally talking about anyway. But, you know, if they come up with some kind of a press release later this week, you know what can happen with these silly little reverse plays anyway. So Grub really has no, I say that. I guess if you look at the monthly chart, Grub down 132, well, that's way far away. So it to see how it opens. All right, let's take a look at upgrades and downgrades. There are this morning. I'm sure there are going to be a few. Yeah, not that many. Fewer upgrades. Okay, there's. Keep an eye on semis also. I read something is looking to, I think they've earmarked 28 billion to try to start their own semi, not relying on. I don't see a weakness in semis right now anyway. Yeah, quite a few ton of downgrades for Grub. Downgrades for Grub. Where were they before yesterday? Or before today? All right, there are some of the upgrades, some of the downgrades for the com. AMKR, number 13. It's an earnings play. Big pop maintaining so far this morning. And if you're new and you want to follow along my watch, these are the 3 windows that you will see. On the new channel bar and my windows right there, okay? If you're going to click on it, it's a layout. You only have one layout loaded at a time. So if you have a layout already up, make sure you save your layout to the cloud. Until at least 10 minutes after the market opens. Yeah, it says room to. Okay. Can you see my screen? Or do I have to load that again? Okay. Akamai is another earning. Again, I don't typically trade these more expensive ones, but definitely a nice looking earnings play. If you can take all this out, I don't know where the resistance is. There really isn't any. No, Nick, there isn't. There's no. I haven't talked to the developer in a. Xerox, sorry, this is another one. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got it written down here. Xerox is a play. The reason it's on a low float, but another one that has, potential gap to fill, and that's Xerox. Yeah, still available. Beyond Meat at, I think there were 30,000 earlier today. Let's see if they're still available. Ooh, getting for 13,000. I think earlier, going to do it to Nick. He looked at it. He's just not I don't know what is involved, but he okay. Here's another one that is just showing up. Is it an earnings play? It's not an earnings play. I don't know what's happening with this one. This must be sorry. Okay, it's something to do with the SPY. Yeah, Diebold is an earnings. Wow, what a gap underneath here. Yes. This is room galore. Is that what is it? Okay, that's why we're not getting anything. Okay, that might have been something to do. It's not an IPO, so just a name change. Okay. However, those can be interesting. Do it, Tommy. Human space travel. Why not? I'm ready. All right. I don't think there's any volume. Yeah, there's no volume, but just again, keep an eye from yesterday. I was waiting for this break. 200-day moving average, or there's a 200-day. It was, that's right. We were waiting. I think it was 233 was the VWAP yesterday. Maybe a fade. I think there's no resistance. I think obviously at some point that they will fall. Who knows when though? Over that whole number. Wow, Beyond Meat. Holy smokes. When it gets to that, what it was 20 odd? What was the 20 something? Yeah, I can't see it. If I go back to 2012 on the monthly chart and I can't see any, yeah, I don't care. Yeah, yeah, I know it opened at 45. Yeah. AMKR is continuing. What's the spread like on that? Yeah, one. Yeah, a couple thousand shorts were covering. Oh, only 2,000 shorts available now for Beyond Meat. Boy, these guys with all their shares that they couldn't sell, watching it at 240. Yeah, 240. One day I'll talk about a very similar, not quite as dramatic, but it's, I tell you, it is very, very painful. Yeah, another earnings play. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not an earnings play. No, this is just a positive information on their drug, MRTX. Boy, 113 after hours yesterday. Big pullback area. Again, I don't trade these, but for those of you interested in higher price ones, I mean, look at this area. Oh, I am very human. Yeah. So, holy smokes. All right, ASTE, the ones on the down here. See if there's anything. CJ, no. No, CJ actually, I mean, if it continues, basically a lifetime low for CJ, about 4 cents away. All right, get rid of that and bring in my gappers. G just showing up, FG, not an earnings play. Well, look at this thing. I don't know about this FG. I don't know what happened here, if that's truly a gap down or station. Well, if it takes out 10, yeah, one has, well, I'll have to quickly do it. Filter in place here. Transaction filters is checked, okay? It's all the buys and sells occurred. And here, I've checked transaction filters, sells that were done in a non-planned way. Well, I may not know, but insiders generally plan their buys and sells ahead of time. They're going to buy and sell. Okay, guys, the market's going to open. In fact, it's open now. All right. So as usual, I usually set out about the first 15 just to let things settle down a little bit. Now look at PCG is popping here, guys. PCG is popping more than is coming in. Grub, not so much, no pop. CNX got away from me. I was hoping it would just kind of base a little bit around 8. Took off, but it's taking off now. It's an earnings play, CNX. Wow, I mean it's obviously at some point it's not. Wow, what a start for it. AMKR. Eyeball DBD just tanking on earnings here. Look at. I'm going to take out 7. All right, TTM has always been a very sneaky one for me. $500 million but it seems to have good moves during the day, and it. Wow, AM. No, that was the one right off the bat. I did not take it, but. Xerox on the move here. Xerox, XRX into that void. Talo is not an earnings play. TALO. Where are they out of? Well, as we said, Grub has some support in that monthly chart around 31.30. Still got about what $7 to that area. I'm not saying it's going to get there. Boy, AMKR. Wow. TTM on the move here. Grub, it's probably going to just, it's just hard for me. They can be very whippy in the first 15. But the other one that did the reverse split could have a little activity. Grub, 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 grub. Wow, look at this one. Shoe. What's the. Yeah, it's not a great spread, but look at Shoe. I mean, Shoe, this is an all-time Madden. All-time high. Wow, Xerox continues. XRX continues. These are early moves. This is kind of trading on its own. It's not so linked with gold. It's gold, but AU. CJs, this is a lifetime low, CJ. GVA is, this is now, I don't know if it's a lifetime low. It's probably not a lifetime low, but again, I'm going to go back to 2012. Low, it's right at last week's low. GVA low is 23.40. Takes that out. Look out for GVA. Well, there it went. There it went. Well, we're two going completely in the opposite directions, right? AMKR, what a but at what point? I mean, it's going to, we know that it's up, but oh man. And there goes you starting to sink. Now it probably has some, you know, some support in this area. Great looking weekly chart. Now some of the things that just have not stopped. RX. Definitely keeping an eye on TTM here. I mean, it has room. One NAVB. Actually, it's doing a pretty good job here, guys. I mean, it's not really giving it up. Now, it did hit in the pre-market 148. Here, 124 or so. Well, there it is. Has a huge void. Wow. Man, I remember when this one was way up here. Now, that's back in 2014, but $6, this is an earning. CJ got, I'm going to start showing you this, 832 on the short. How'd the OI do? 921, 905, GDI 31, not done anything, SLCA. This is the, again, I call it AI 2.0. And there's AU continues. I did not see this one in the pre-market. Really had not that much action. I mean, this is, well, lifetime low. SLCA takes out 6. Have to hop in that one. Guys, I'm definitely interested in the NAVB. You saw the trigger was at 129 from my watch list right there. See how well that, see if it gets into the 130s, probably take it if it gets into the 130s. Hexo bounce here, Hexo. That 2 level is holding. Cannabis play. Again, I'm very interested in the 130s. There's all sorts of room. Weekly chart 171, next high looking left on that weekly chart. Nothing from AI yet, no. Oh boy, AMKR. No. So only really one alert so far from my watch list, and that's the NAVB at 9. Didn't move off it. That's why you don't hop in right away. Just see how it trades around the area. If it accelerates off, that's why I'm going to. Well, it typically doesn't alert anything in the first 15 minutes. Okay, there's only one. There's a sunrise mover, but there's usually it wants to let the market. Too many times where stocks just whipping up and down in the first 15. So that's why typically it doesn't alert anything until then. Just, relax, have some patience. Like grub. There's that support area. It's getting closer. 32. 3. OI. Look at OI. Is this an earnings play? Yes, it is. 28 post after hours yesterday. OI. Illinois. This is maybe not an all-time low, but I don't see there's any support for OI underneath the whole number. Reversed a little bit here. Okay. All right. So for OI, an alert, price alert around 886. All right. So far NAVB not. This is what I'm waiting for up here. Cannot chase AMKR. Wow. Well, I tried to short the SLCA, but down way over 10%, so I could not get that LCA short, unfortunately. Shoot. Look at this thing move here. Probably can't get this one either when they're down over 10%. Bucks. Yeah, anybody able to get SLCA on that break of 6? Tremendous break on 6. Wow. Big percentage move down now. Grub is the same thing. I mean, 39%, just hard to get it. You know, I mean, I know it triggered here. Watch list at 1451 just to chase it. I might reduce this. You're going to have to reload my my window. Maybe tomorrow to 5 minutes after the market during earnings season anyway. Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm just waiting to see if it triggers that next. It doesn't trigger, I'll just move on. Here's a DC, another earnings play. Really no action in the pre-market, not that much anyway. Not much volume. AUDC. Yeah, I just can't get this one. Oi. Oi. Let me see if I can get it. All right, I got a little fill on the OI. 84, we'll see. 9 takes me out for sure. Holding, you mean overnight? Not really. Depends on what it is, Nick. not that much of a long-term player, that's all. But that's, don't let me influence you on that, of course. All right. This is an earnings play. Let me worry on it now. See what sort of support there is. There support. Okay, so there's no support for OI. It's going from here, how much further down it's going, but certainly no support. Here's play, and these are coming from, again, this is the sort of the new AI. The only one that really didn't work so far is the GDI. These are all short, with the market actually being up. These are all short plays that are working. And I think during the test drive, I'll probably, and we'll see today, marketing meeting, see how they feel about actually, I don't, about the test drive, I'll be able to show it. Of course, there they are, earnings play. Wow, that's wrong. All right, just obviously there's earnings plays down. This was percentage move. The alert was at 614. It's all at 524 on a percentage move. That's probably the best one. Leg, I hear it ringing. Legg Mason, is that right? Or Leggett and Platt. Another earning. Wow, look at this move. So coming into resistance probably around 52, $50 away, LEG. I think HLIT, I think it's an earnings play. HLIT is an earnings play. Coming into some resistance right around here, though. Very, very, could be pretty close right there, about 20 cents. I want one big collapse now. Get into the 50 OI. Boy, BTU, another, this is an earnings play. Yeah, BTU, another earning, really giving it up. No support, lifetime low. Okay, it is not a lifetime low. I'm sorry, it's not a lifetime low, but where any support is, I guess right down here. And it's way, way down here. 50 cents. Okay, one moment, please. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, I put myself on mute as I was feeding my cat. Okay, so I out at 861. Okay, I'm just waiting for another move down. These are just the areas. So there's where I shorted. And now let's see if it can take out 850. No, it's my fault. You know, I got to unmute myself. Season. How can you tell? Look at all the activity. So much to pick from. Look at this one. Remember sorry, EURN, the big play from weeks ago. And this one, look at AUD ripping higher here. All right, guys. So the NAVB is just not wanting to trigger for me, which is fine. Why we wait. Keep an eye on CMRE. Why did I have this one? Oh yeah, if it takes out 8, there's a little in this area. I was thinking, okay, if it can, this could be like a multi-day, especially if it can take this out right here, because after that, then it has a. So that's why I had CMRE. Guys, I covered some more of the OI. Trying to put a little bit of a pop in. FG, what are you doing, FG? This is the one that somebody said is being added to the all cap? Yeah, or that's FGL. Oh, no, that's right. So FG cap, 600. All right, is this an earnings play yet? UMB. This is from the Bouncers Topper. What a move. A little pullback there on that red candle there. 3620-ish. Not that far away is the resistance areas anyway. Not happening. I'm trying to, eyes are darting back and forth. TTM, still of interest to me here. I know I had the pullback all the way down here, 1195. It broke 20. Still of interest to me. This is now the next high looking left is on that weekly chart. I wish it hadn't done this. That's all. Yeah, it's just, you know, I just can't chase. Don't understand here. So have some of the OI left, not much, just in case it this. All right, NAVB, again, getting my interest. Now, is this a fake or not? I'm just watching this NAVB. I know it's, but it's not wanting to rip from 130 yet. Puts me in. It's a low million in the float, so a lot of good things can happen. But we're having some bounces now. Look at AU. It's stopping here. Look at AU. Well, I almost took it. I was going to take it at 130. I'm talking about the NAVB. All right, I've got to try it. 135 for the NAVB. Stop. Gets back into the 20s. I'm out. Just see if it can fly from here. Ugh, man, down goes Simple. Like, it's a good spread too, but I'm obviously just concentrating on the NAV into the 140s. I'm not going to mess around with this, just to let you know. Kind of earnings plays. Wow. Geez, it went up to 809, so it's taking out. This has got the, well, it's right at that level. 839 is the high there. 820 monthly candles. Telling you right now, the way NAVB is trading, so listen, I'm out of it. Basically, a couple penny loss. I'll get back in if it gets. Don't trust it. Okay, I'm all out of the OI. Don't play earnings plays at all, okay? I mean, I'm not going to try to guess what ENPH is going to do. So, I mean, obviously, if it can take this out here, that 20, it's got a lot. Got a lot of room, but you know, I'm not going to. If you're asking me, do I think earnings are going to be good or bad? I have no idea. But obviously, if the reaction is good and it takes out that 27.75, $8 up to here, so. All right, NAVB is back up to where I first got it. I have an alert I set in the 140s. I mean, it's just not as dynamic as, you know, when we had all those low floaters weeks ago. And these by now, this, I mean, it's up 72%. I mean, it opens. A lot of these low floaters a couple of weeks ago just kept moving and moving and moving. It's chop. UFI, this is pre-market. Okay, so this is an earnings play, UFI play. And this has some room, 28. UFI, what's the volume like? So the volume is just starting to pick up. 13.9 in the float. It is an earnings play. 25.16. Yeah, the spread, it's too spready. 50-cent spread from time to time. So okay, one moment, please. Watching TTM, it may not be very dynamic, but it has that ability just to kind of, at the end of the day, you'll back on 30 or 40 cents. PCG forming back. Now this one I have on the watch list, has some room, but big potential if they can break out of here. I'm not saying today, but this will probably be on the watch list for tomorrow too, because over 15 something. I mean, look at the void. All right, guys. Well, I have to do it. I took the 26, 12.26. Reasonably tight stop on it. The trigger was at 12.21, so just want to see if it may not be that dynamic with the float, but we'll see. We'll see you next earnings play. Is it still at 8? Yeah, I mean, it's just chopping around. No advantage right yet anyway. Right now. Obviously, if it can hold 8 and move from there, but it, no real advantage. Yeah, right back down. I'm not in it, and I'm not in it anymore. All right, Crisp had earnings yesterday. Good reaction yesterday. excuse me, to earnings continuation so far. CR. If you have the AI, work is working pretty well. 2168, 2202 right now. Oh, that's right. This is one of those kidney dialysis ones. Those are the ones that got rocked. Remember this month here. So FMX on that weekly chart, 35.17. So you have 17 out. Yeah, some room. All right. Well, just keep. Errors. This is just an excellent one now. 798, 815. I did not take that one, unfortunately, CMRE. But again, if you want to follow along all these alerts all day long, just click on New, Channel Bar, and then My Windows, all right? Watch list every day. Just let's nav B. You know, I waited. I mean, it's 29. It may work later on. The AMKR, well, 1451. Though was kind of what I do tomorrow is I have a delay on this. Delay 10 minutes after they open. I may reduce it to 5 to see what happens. We may get too many. You're gonna get some alerts, but they could be too whippy. That have that 10-minute delay, but we'll see. Now the Xerox 3520 hits 3580. Again, you see it's a little bit late. Happy with that one. Kuro 1499. 15, but it has some resistance not that far away. 798. So I mean, producing some nice ones from the watch list. Am I looking to short? No, I'm long TTM. Why would I be looking to short it? It's here, long TTM. amount. I mean, I have a very tight stop on the TTM, so my pretty good. I took some out at 1235. So it's not fantastic, but I'll take it right now. Yeah, TXRH is ringing in my ear here. It's a earnings play. Yeah, I mean, this is spread is tightened up a little bit. It's only 25. I mean, this is a great move, but it's tough. Spread was 50, 60 cents. Right. Yeah, Grub continues down. Hey, NavB reading on a 140 this time. Right up in this area here. Maybe keep an eye on, I don't know what the volume is like. YJ. Yesterday, yeah, the volume's not great. GVA, another leg down now. What is it down? It's only down less than 10%. Okay, so BYND, Beyond Meat Interactive Brokers. Yeah, they were. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Look at you're absolutely right. The other one was Bimmy. It's sort of been off my watch list. Yes, is the one. I mean, look where it hit. 26.29. SES's earnings. I have here November 13th. I don't see that it's an earnings play. Where are you seeing that it's an earnings play? IB. Let me just check another source here. Yeah, I'm going to Finviz. Finviz either. I'm going to suggest I don't see that it's earnings for SES. Yeah, PCG is ringing. And when I say that, you know, the gap up and text to voice for me. So I'm hearing the symbol over and over and over again. Boy, that NAVB is just struggling to really break out. I mean, I know it's up 72%. It's had the big break, but that SES is interesting for sure. I can't chase it now. Right, it is 10:30. So it's been a fast morning so far. First of all, if you're new to the room, welcome to the room. This is the format every day. I open the room at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Start to share my screen then, get live on the mic. To 3 o'clock every day. I will stay after 3 if there are questions, but around 3. If you are a trader and you want, I'm sharing a lot of scans, click on that room folder. Share scans that I share, download, trade download. I'll talk about the links. By downloading, it'll go into a Word document. Take a look at the scans at your leisure. All right. I do have all the in the scans tab. They're all here. These are all the ones. Here are the links. I'm going to go over some of the links right now. So training, we have training Monday to Thursday at noon Eastern. Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern. They are all archived. I know the I don't know. I'm pretty sure the rest of them are on schedule this week. You should have the latest beta if you want to take the new single stock window and our new paper trading, which I'm going. You should have the latest beta. When you'll come to this page, scroll past that and get down to, and I'll talk about the Halloween, and download the latest beta, okay? And let's see, you can take a demo of, click on that link, scroll to the bottom of that page, and there's a sign up form. I do a daily video, 1:15, 1:45 every day. I think up. The momentum up is ringing into my ears. Let's see, yeah, ringing higher. Trade of the week. Market opens every Monday morning. Talk about. So right now we do have a promo on. Let me just do something. Okay, so right there, there's the promo code. Scary good. Scary good for an instant % savings off the first month only or the entire year. There is the subscription. Click on that link. Here's the pricing. So we basically have 4 plans. There's a $68 a year. You click on that, apply the promo code. Not scary food. You apply the promo, 20% off. Okay, so that's how much it would cost. And of course, go over premium. The big difference is the AI, $22.68 a year minus %. However, you do not have to start off. If you're unsure of our program, you start off with a standard monthly. 118 less that 28 less the 20%. The 20% again is only good for the first. But if within 30 days you decide you'd like to upgrade from standard to premium or from monthly to yearly, you can do so and we'll honor that 20% promo code. I'm going to go over what our AI is all about. That's a great now. Okay, this is what the AI is all about. So we have what we call 50 baseline strategies. This is not one of them, but if the AI will wait till the market close today, so it has access to the latest market, and takes a look at the filters within the strategy. AI baseline strategies have way more filters. Basically takes a look at the filter, maybe tweaks it, instead of 50 cents and 65, changes to 65, runs a back tester. What effect does that have on the and win percentage? If he goes to another filter, does the same sort of thing. What effect? Maybe takes a filter out completely, adds one in. I don't know how long this takes. I should actually ask. But 50 strategy like this, at the end of the routine, tomorrow, we will be presented with the strategies that making the cut, typically having a profit factor of at least 2 and a win percentage of at least 6. These are the strategies that made the cut and had alerts from them. Just because a strategy doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get an alert, but that's what the strategies. And then as the alerts come in, you get the entry time, of course. You manage the price, you manage it as you want. 465, you can see 31 now, nice little percentage move. And that AI is, and that's part of the premium service. Plus, Brokers Plus, if you want to trade your account, you'll need an interactive Brokers account in this window. I should back that up. If you want to use this window to trade your account, you'll need a Brokers account. Basically, you just click on an alert. You see how the symbol shows up. Pick how many shares you want. Just got to get to connect to paper. Pick how many shares you want. Get the market here. You want to buy, go long. Use our hotkeys, flatten, get out of a position, get out of half, double your position, or reverse. Boy, look at BIMI and SES. Yeah, that's very cool. They're alive again. Reverse meaning you have a to go long, you have a long position, now you want to go short. You can also time your own buying and shorting parameters. Just basically click on how you want to trade it. How do you do that? Click on the strategies tab there. You right click, strategy. And then you just start to fill in. Is it a long strategy or a short strategy? And here's where I can't help you. Figure out how you want to trade. I can't tell you when you want to start and stopping, etc. So you don't have to fill in every section. You fill in as much as you want. Say okay, and that's it. Or will be added here. You can add as many as you want. That is how you can use this screen to trade your own account, Interactive Brokers account. Now this is also, sorry, just a second here, just watching the TTM here. Okay, so this is paper trading though, okay, it's a module. You do not have to have, it's not attached to any broker. We're using our real-time data here. So you click on an alert, you want to trade it, you just buy it. You can use, again, your own parameters set up. So this is our paper trading module. This is part of the standard. Now, the news, when it's going to start, hopefully by January 1st, to make it a nice, but we're going to have a contest every week. The best paper percentage gain will win $500. We're going to do it every week. Our 52 winners, those 52 winners Those winners will be trading against each other for a month. That will win $10,000. Right? I'm not sure when it's going to start. Details have to be ironed out. Number of trades you have to take, things like that. So just a second. All right, well, you need a subscription. Can anyone paper trade? Well, yes and no. You do need a standard, but after that, yes, anybody can paper trade. When you say posting stats, what do you mean by that, Don? From where? What are you talking about the paper trading? It hasn't started yet. Once it starts, it'll be like fantasy football or any of those fantasy sports leagues, boards, the whole bit. But it hasn't started yet. So the idea of this, of course, is that, paper trading and all, but when you put some money on the line, first of all, the whole idea is to do it in a somewhat, we'll call it a somewhat professional manner. I know it's not just a matter of, I'll take this one, I'll take that one, without really any thought. Paper trading, if you're new to trading, I always say this, if you can't trading, you'll never make money when you have your own money on the line. So treat it like a little business. And that's why, we thought, well, we're going to put some money on it. We'll take it seriously. Okay, just a minute, pouring some water here. All right, so the CMRE, boy, that's a nice one. I just don't want to chase it now. But this can be really, let's see, what do we, high 841, getting closer to that weekly high. Look at GVA, wow. I was busy explaining stuff. This is one I wanted to take underneath 23. I'm not sure, only 9%. So I still have some of the TTM left, not terribly. Okay, I see Flex is on the watch list. So, for me, it's got a problem. The only problem is that the high 40, that's far enough away. If it may have to take that one. And notice you're not overwhelmed with alerts all day long. Way more in the watch list, but with the filters I have in place, they're not going to trigger, and we wouldn't want that. Yeah, look at the SPY rippage here. Yeah, that AM looks strong. It really has not had, I mean, it's had them little, but it still looks strong. H on the move here. This is another earnings play, bouncing. Boy, this has some room. I mean, if it gets positive, it still has some room. HZO. Actually, a little surprised with the NAV. Really, it hasn't given it up. It hasn't done anything. It hasn't given it up. Really. Absolutely 100% has to be watched all day, because we see this time and again. You know, something like these little low floaters, they all of a sudden, you know, some screaming volume comes in and there it goes. So I have my alert set up in this area just in case it happens. Boy, this CMRE, that's the one I really missed. Yeah, I mean, I have one on the 312. I mean, it did get down to 20. I mean, if you could have got it, simple. I mean, that was a nice quick short down to 26. Oh, here's one that just showed up. 3180. Ooh, 3187. This is an earnings play from a couple. Of HZO is probably not. You're talking. Look at SES. Jeez. You know, that's all traders are looking at. They're looking at this and going, happen again. Okay, I'm trying a short on Cube. A whole number stop on it. No more than a whole number stop on it. 3184. Oh, I should be looking just a second. I probably shouldn't be shorting anything with the market doing what it's doing, but okay, 3308 and 3215. Okay, so it's below the VWAP and there's the 200-day. Okay. Okay, I'm okay in that regard. And it's a chase. I get it. It's a chase, but it's underneath that whole number. I can put tight stops on it. It doesn't work. TTM, a little disappointing. Did not Do not have the same rippage I was hoping, not rippage, but just sort of steady up. Look at Rig even. Rig is a float, $500 million in the float. Has room. Well, it depends what you mean by no. By the end of the day, I'm sure it'll be 1 million shares. But anyway, yeah, I mean, the volume is declining. But I have a tight stop on it, so. $22.93. Yeah, you're right. So it is over the Talos. Another earning, it's not an earning. Boy, this HZO guy, I mean, to be like water, Julian. Okay, guys, there's a big down now for a NAVB. That could be it. As I'm actually out of the cube, took a 6-cent loss. I'll look at it again if it gets in 70s, but I don't want to go against the market right now. It's too bad, this UFI, just too spready. Work is still working. You can see right there. There was the alert, 2168, 2246 now. Oh, look at this one, TCL earnings play. I'm really interested in this flex if it can take out 12. That's 1256 or so on that weekly chart. Yeah, the Google rumors, right? For who on this flex? You know I like to wait for that whole number break to hit. $14.44 is the VWAP. So yeah. Let me just stick an alert down here. Say 1437-ish or so. That's a low of that candle. And see if we get a bit of a capitulation finally. NIO, guys. NIO, I haven't seen was boy, NIO is actually pretty good looking. It's an earnings play, October. Didn't really see this in the pre-market. That's an interesting one. Over the whole number, hit a high of almost 24. Is that the pre-market? Yeah, it's the pre-market. Earnings play has some room. 2309, 2315. watching Neil right here. We get a bit of a 2320. I'm probably. There's a little cross up here too. Market is still trying to move higher. Yeah, it's just not true. Ooh, it is. It will trigger. Yes, it did trigger. Over 200,000. Relative volume is 1.5. So it is. Now, problem is maybe 5.9. Next high looking left. I really think it has to take that out. It's the 6. I mean, it still has a lot of room on a percentage basis. Chen, please. See, Neo actually had a big pullback. So I'll have my alert set up here, 2322. I'll wait. Okay, my alerts are starting to slow down a little bit here now. One year. Happy anniversary. All right, guys, I'm just kind of scouring right, like everybody else, I'm sure, watching the AMKR, just is going to give this up, but I've got my alert set down here. See if it happens. All right, guys. Oh, you know what I forgot to talk about is the test drive. Oh, jeez. All right, so descriptions right here. Click on this test drive. When you click on it, the test drive is starting, right? So not too far away. What that means is for $8.99, you'll have access to 10 full trading days of trade ideas, just as if you were a premium subscriber. So if you click on this, what you're doing right now is you are pre-registering. All right, you will not until November the 11th. So please understand that. Don't say, hey, where's my data? And bother our support people. But this is, and so it's exactly as if you were a premium subscriber, also open to standard subscribers. If you have a standard subscription and you've wanted to try premium for a while, this is when you can do it. After the test drive is over, note the open, it's, well, we should call it the test drive pass as a one-time purchase and will start a subscription. Okay, so we're not automatically putting a subscription once the drive is over. Okay, so that's the test. And we do this 4 times a year, and you know we get a lot of questions about free trials. We don't have free trials. This is about as close as you're going to get. Okay, the test drive starts on November the 11th. Find this flex, guys. The longer it holds just underneath 11, if it 12 volume and pops through, it does have some room to this 1250 level. Keep an eye on the flex. I usually do not take them until you break the whole number, but certainly is building up some momentum. The longer it just holds volume. Boy, AMKR, nice basing. I mean, yeah, I mean this jumping off point. It has no resistance. You know, I mean, I'm going back to, well, I don't know how far I have to go back, but I'm going back way, way back here. There's no resistance for AMKR. PCG ringing at 466. Yeah, on the way up. So watching Flex as it bases just underneath that hole number 12. So on this list here, TU short 1410. It was on this list here. Oh, here. You don't see my screen. Yes, I'll call it yes. Yeah, what I'm calling the AI 2.0. It has There's the SLCA, another leg down. Get that one where I wanted. Tick rule nailed me again. I was lucky to get the OI. I mean, the OI trade bounced, but the SLCA just basically down. Well, what did I say about the HZO? Wouldn't surprise me. It went positive. So positive earnings play. Not great relative volume, but not a lot of absolute volume. Now again, guys, tries, especially I'd like to see the market time. Cube, a green could be well, except for that bottoming tail, but the green bar ignored. I want to see if it takes that down to this level here. I have an alert set right down here, 3180. Ago, got beaten up. It's almost a green bar ignored on the day. Well, AU is definitely down, but it's trying to bounce. Trying to bounce. And AU is kind of doing the same thing. Any news on pins? I don't know. Big drop. Yeah, you're right. I didn't see any specific. It October 31st, a couple of days from now. All right. Alert up here, so I'll have to keep watching it. 1201 for the flex. Let's see if it takes it out. How's that SES doing? No, I see it's actually a short from the AI. People have shorts available. Well, depends what version of trade ideas you've got, but we have a new single stock and we now have real-time paper trading. So if you have to download the latest version, Stan, those are two big differences. Can be found right here. Click on the subscriptions tab